What's up, guys? This is Chris from Honest Outlaw here, and today we've got something that you requested. I don't know if you like me being in pain or what, you like me reviewing Springfield products, but this is the Springfield Hellcat Pro. I'm just messing around. We've had some bad luck here and there with Springfield. However, this gun actually looks pretty promising. This is the new, for 2022 Springfield Hellcat Pro. And it actually takes the same technology they have with their standard Hellcat. So a smaller frame pistol can fit more rounds. Basically took the same magazine technology from the Sig Sauer P365 and then made it bigger in the same way that the P365 XL. The Hellcat is a slightly larger version of the Hellcat. So basically it is your Glock 19 size compact 9mm 3.7 inch barrel with a 21 ounce overall weight. Now I say it's a compact like the Glock 19 because it does kind of sort of fit that silhouette, but it actually is a lot thinner and a lot less weight overall. About 5 ounces less than your Glock 19 with the same magazine capacity with almost the same barrel length. One of the reasons why that is so awesome is because the actual width of the gun is really what you feel for the most part when you carry the gun. So if you plan on carrying a compact or mid-size firearm, this actually is a really good choice as far as size and weight go. It's pretty impressive specs. Now on top of that, it does have some pretty cool features as well. Not only is it a 3.7 inch 9mm with a striker fire design, but it also comes optics ready out of the box. It does have some pretty cool, or rather pretty interesting sights. It has a high def night sight on the front with Springfield's classic crazy little U thing they have going on back there. I'm not sure if they just really like the old Glock sights or what, but it's kind of similar to the Glock Square, except it's just a U now. I'd prefer it was just a blacked out, but I'm sure they're just trying to do something different, so go nuts. We loaded chamber indicator there. We also have not ambi controls. For some reason I thought it was. Takedown lever instead of the Glock way. I like that. The magazine release is very recessed. You can barely feel it to push it, but in action, no problem at all. It works well. It just keeps it away from you so you don't accidentally push the magazine out while you're carrying the gun. The traction is pretty good. I like they added some up here as well. A lot of times on guns like this meant for carry, they kind of give you the least amount of traction possible, and on this gun it looks like you can actually hold it and carry it pretty well. We also have a Picatinny rail up there with 2 slots, and we also have this trigger. Now the trigger on the Hellcat wasn't great, but the trigger on the Hellcat Pro is kind of worse. I measured this on my trigger gauge and I got around 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds, somewhere in there. And the reset on the trigger is very long by comparison to many of the other guns in its class. So it's gonna be a little bit slower as far as the rate of fire goes with your finger. But the Hellcat, the smaller one actually had some pretty good recoil control. So I assume this one does too. But we're gonna have to take it down there and shoot it and find out. Before I do that though, I want to thank Mr. Guns. My boy Elliot, Mr. Guns, let me borrow this for review, so thank you very much. Make my life a little easier every once in a while, and I appreciate that. Also want to thank Patreon supporters for the ammo. Appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, a link in the description below. Also a link to a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. I'd really appreciate if you go down to the description, click that link, donate to those kids. That being said, let's get out on the range and shoot this bad boy. I'm getting a little cold, so we're going to make this video a little quicker than normal.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna take the Hellcat Pro right here at 75 yards and just see if some of the sights are on. If not, we'll move down there. But I don't want to move down there because
it's very cold.
Windy. And right here, my garage saves me from the wind. If anybody is ever wondering why I'm such a good shot at long range, it's because it's cold down there. Take that.
I'm pretty excited.
It's almost like shooting fundamentals never change. It's kind of funny because I'm zeroed in. I'm like, oh, I hit a couple. That's awesome. You know, front sight goes out of focus. Target goes in focus. Try to see where I'm hitting the target. Miss the target. Refocus on the front sight. Shoot a few. Oh, that's awesome. Lose the front sight. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Focus on that front sight, boys and girls, and you'll hit what you're aiming at.
Did you just say what I think you just said?
I did. I like this gun, I have to admit. I didn't think I would. I had to choose between this or shooting the Sig Spectre today, and I chose this because I thought it would be more popular, but I actually like this gun. The trigger in action is much better than dry fire. I'm actually at 95 now. There we go. 95 yards. Compact carry gun, I'll take that. Accuracy by volume.
The Outlaw way.
If you can't hit him, lob 13 more. Woo, it's getting chilly.
Okay, baby.
All right, so now we're in the wind. We're at about 50 yards here, and I like this a lot better than I thought I would, so this should be easy. Or not. Shanking him a little left. It's real chilly. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Sorry about the wind,
It's not
everybody.
the distance, it's the cold.
Yeah, it is. It was like 70 yesterday and it's like 35 right now.
It's true, there's poop right there, look out.
Oh God, the freaking dogs.
I know, right? Well, we're a little further back, but I bet this is easier. Oh, I got that 12-inch plate.
I heard it. I can always tell the difference in the rings.
Like this, shoots nice. You gotta get rid of that U though. What in the hell?
What was that?
All right, so the Springfield Hellcat Pro is in fact a large Hellcat. I know it's hard to believe, but it's a good gun. 3.7-inch barrel is the right size, I feel like, for a mid-size concealed carry gun. I like that already. I like that we're doing halfies these days. It used to be like 3, 4-inch, 5-inch, that's all you got.
We're doing halfies?
Yeah, we're doing halfies. You get halfway. You get halfway between 3 and 3, well, 3 point, what is that, 3.7? 1/7 away. The Hellcat Pro is a good gun, and I'm gonna say that from a guy that doesn't particularly like Springfield. I don't particularly like the Hellcat all that much, but this gun really, it won me over a little bit, I have to admit. As soon as I started, as soon as I first started shooting it, I was like, oh damn, this controls recoil significantly better than the smaller one. And that makes a lot of sense. You can put comps on little guns, but they're still little guns. You can do anything you want with a little gun, but it's still gonna be a little gun. And if you put a bigger grip on that, you're always gonna have more recoil control, you're always gonna have less recoil. Bigger is always better. I just can't get away from the fucking dick jokes. It's like 5 dick jokes already.
Well, it's kind of our thing.
The trigger in dry fire was terrible, but in reality was actually pretty good. I really liked it. What I didn't like was the reset, but the trigger pull in and of itself was extremely smooth all the way through. It's a little bit heavier than I expected, but that's actually good for concealed carry, especially for a Penix carry. And a smooth trigger all the way through, heavy or not, is always a good thing. And it broke really nice, and because of that, we had some really good accuracy. Even with the iron sights, we were able to hit at 95 yards, pretty impressive. The thing I really like about the gun, though, that is not going to be anything to do with the shooting characteristics, I'm happy that it shot well. Pretty low recoil for a gun its size. The Hellcat actually has some low recoil by comparison to its peers.
It says you.
True.
I hate the Hellcat.
Fair enough. But low recoil gun, very accurate, reliable. It shot all the ammunition with no issues. And on top of that, it's really thin. And I think that is a very attractive feature of it for carry, honestly. If I had to go into a gun store nowadays, and I'm like, hey, I compare this to a Glock 19, and I don't know anything about guns. I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, this has a more attractive grip angle. It's got better texture out of the box. It needs less accessories out of the box. It's thinner, lighter, and carries the same rounds for almost the exact same ballistic performance. I mean, you're talking 0.3 inches makes no difference almost when it comes to hollow points and stuff like that. Make a little, but not much. So overall, you get essentially all the things you want out of a carry gun for a lighter and thinner package.
Yeah, I shot it and still didn't love it. I liked it better than the first Hellcat.
Right.
I found it to be more comfortable in my hand. Also, interestingly enough, it has a trigger dingus on it. Yeah,
it
just
does.
like the dumb CSX. But
this isn't single action, so it makes sense.
Right, but like there was no issue with it.
There was no
issues with that.
That's right.
So they did something right there, I feel like. Is it my absolute favorite gun I've ever shot? No, but
it certainly would do the job.
Oh, absolutely, it would do the job. It did feel pretty snappy to me still, but
yeah,
it's a compact gun.
For sure. Well, it's smaller than it appears.
Yeah,
because it appears like a compact / full-size gun, but when you pick it up, it's very, very light. I was really impressed with the size and the weight, and I was thinking that was going to be a huge detriment when I shot it, but for me personally it wasn't. For you it was a little bit. But I mean, in a different life, I could certainly see myself carrying this if like the Shield Plus didn't exist. Right. Right. But yeah, we're certainly going to have more videos on this, of course. I'm going to do most likely a full review on this. I don't know, it'll be 1,000 rounds with ammunition the way it is right now, but it might be. We also are going to have a versus of this with the SIG XL, and we're going to have and maybe I'll even just maybe a video where the cutest person I know picks her favorite carry gun again. But this time you're going to have
because
like 10
we missed some options that everyone was mad about.
Oh, people were mad.
So we may or may not have a round 2.
Well, the funny part is, it's like, yeah, you only picked out of those guns for that video, but like you shoot all these guns with me. Right. Every gun we've ever had on the channel in the last 2 years you've shot. So it's not like... So maybe I need to do a Mrs. Honest Outlaws like a montage. Top 10 favorite guns to shoot. Maybe. Let us know if you want that. Was that like a plug? Maybe. If you like this video, do some stuff. I'll check you later. It's cold. What facial maneuver was that? It was my O face. Oh. It wasn't. Fucking. Where are we? We were doing something with. Oh yeah. Springfield Hellcat. I can't think of anything other than it's just a big ass Hellcat. Blushing. I know. It's a big ass Hellcat. The name of the review of the video. The fucking large Hellcat.